Hey everyone! So I'm here with a new project that I am just starting. I'm gonna just explain what the project is and why I'm doing it and how I'm gonna do it and how I'm gonna share it with you. So I was recently looking back at all of the online classes that I've purchased, and I have a very long list of them. I have so many of them, and I was looking through a bunch of them that I hadn't finished yet. Two that stood out were the Happy Little Moments class by Maggie Holmes, and then this one, the 30 Days of Me, also a Maggie Holmes class. This one was, they were both on Studio Calico, but I only have this one. Funny story though, Studio Calico is currently holding a sale on all past classes. So each of their past classes are $11 each, and these are their whole, I think their whole list of classes that they've ever offered. So I was able to pick up the Happy Little Moments class and then the More Happy Little Moments class by Maggie. So I have both of them. I know there's a Happy Little Moments class on Big Picture Classes. It is Maggie's portion of More Happy Little Moments that was on Studio Calico, so it's not the full class. And I always kind of wanted the full class with Marcy Penner in it as well. And so, but you can pick those up on the Studio Calico website now. I think the sale is through the ending of the month, so July 31st. I think there's 31 days in July. Yeah, it's through July 31st. So I will definitely leave the links down below to this class and then the two Happy Little Moments class. But yeah, so I haven't really looked through the Happy Little Moments class. I skimmed it. Of course, there's videos. I skimmed it, and I might reference back, but just looking at the projects that people have made with that class, I kind of get the concept on how to alter my book. Basically, that class is making a little mini album with an altered book, and you know me and alter books. I absolutely love them. I make so many different altered book journals and stuff like that, so kind of I don't think I really need the class, but I guess to see some of the tips and tricks that they do in the class, I kind of wanted it. But most of what I'm doing of this project is going to revolve around this class. It's the 30 Days of Me class, and I printed out the PDFs from the class because you can download the PDFs on Studio Calico, and I printed them out and I kind of bound them into this little makeshift workbook, because I kind of wanted to have all the prompts and all the ideas on hand. Of course, every time that I go through it, I'll have to reference the video that's also in the class, but that's what I have here. And Maggie, she does this class in a binder, in a 6x8 Studio Calico handbook. Oh my god, I just had it right here. But I'm going to sort of merge the two together. I'm going to kind of do this class, 30 Days of Me, in my altered book, sort of like Happy Little Moments style. So we'll see how that goes. So I had this idea to work through this class in particular in this style. This was before I even purchased the classes, so now I have those to reference. But that was my idea originally, and I wasn't going to call it 30 Days of Me. I wasn't really going to do it 30 Days of Me. I don't know. I was sort of I don't know, I wanted it to be a book about me and to use this class, but I'm not sure if I wanted to last 30 days. Anyway, that's like a little ramble there. But, so, let me get to my point. Anyway, so I pulled this class out because I kind of wanted to do this. I wanted to focus on creating a mini album, just like all about me. Not that like all of my scrapbooks are all about me, but you know, one that's focused, and I kind of want to work through this class since I've had it for like forever, and I just haven't gone through it. So yeah, so while I was thinking and kind of planning out what I wanted to do for this, Susanna Stein, she is, let me see if I get her Instagram handle right, she's Noodoso, I think you pronounce it, Noodoso on Instagram, and she does, she actually started a thing recently, I think it was like the 1st of July, which was a couple of days ago, a week ago actually from when I'm filming, of doing 52 weeks of me. That's what she's calling it. And it's basically a binder. It's kind of like a handbook like Maggie's, and it's just a book, it's a scrapbook, keeping a scrapbook about you for 52 weeks, which is basically an entire year. And so I'll leave her Instagram link down below and her website. It's part of her the Creatives Club. I'll also leave that link down below, so you can like sign up, and she sends you weekly prompts, like weekly prompts, to document your story in your book. So if you go on Instagram, the hashtag is 52 weeks of me, and you'll see all that. So when she announced that, I'm like, that is so interesting. I'm going to sign up for it because it sounds sort of kind of like this class, actually. It sounds like 30 days of me, and I can probably combine the two and work through it in my altered book. Now, this is an altered book. It's not a binder. A binder is really easy to put like 30 days or 52 weeks in, and this is going to be a altered book, so I can't put that much. So I was going to start off in this because I really have this idea of just creating a really fun book, like scrapbook about me in this book. And I was thinking if I really loved this project once I finished filling up this book, then I'll just get like a volume 2 and do another book. Obviously, it probably won't be the same book, won't be the same cover, but I can get like either a similar color cover or maybe a similar size, but like the covers will be different. And obviously this will be volume 1 and that will be volume 2. Anyway, but my original idea was to work through this and to sort of film my process and share it with you here on YouTube as I work through this book, obviously. But now that I have this other sort of kind of yearly challenge, this 52 weeks of me, I was thinking of combining the two, and so this will sort of be my 52 weeks, 30 days of me thing. I was thinking of calling it the Book of Me, since I'm doing it in an alter book, and so this will be it'll be the Book of Me project. But I will definitely like share my stuff under the 52 weeks of me hashtag as well, because I love what everyone's been doing for the first week, and so I figured now that I have all of my supplies organized and really what I wanted to do in this, and I looked through this class, I'm going to combine the two and just work on it. So that is what this project is, and I think I'm probably going to come on maybe like a video a week, hopefully, of me working in this book somehow. I have a bunch of ideas from the prompts in here. I've been on like this weird crepe paper kick lately, and I've been going through going through my stash and pulling out like all of my really old crepe paper stuff. So I have a lot of paper pads, and these are like the old 6x6, oh my god, Maggie Holmes collection. So I think Flea Market is in this, and Style Board, I loved that collection. And mostly, I have some of the ephemera left over because I kind of bought a lot of the ephemera when these collections came out, but I only have like the 6x6 paper pads, and so I rip all my paper pads apart to just store the paper like this. But I was looking through my crepe paper stash and pulling out all of the older collections, and then I went online and I've been searching for older crepe paper collections. I'm really into the Oh Darling collection at the moment, and so what I did was I bought it on AC Digital's. These back here are the some of the old Darling papers. I love that. You can see it. So what I did was I bought the digital version of that collection from AC Digital's, and I will leave the link to AC Digital's down below. I think they're still running their summer sale because I also bought that too, the crepe paper bundle, and it came with Maggie Holmes' Shine, crepe paper Poolside, and crepe paper Journey, and you get all 3 collections for $10, and it's an amazing deal. So I would leave that link down below too. But these are digital collections, so I just kind of printed off the paper, and I printed off a lot of the Oh Darling ephemera. So that's what's in here. This is the ephemera that I already have. I pulled out, this is a mixture of Flea Market and Style Board from Maggie Holmes. So I pulled that out, and then I pulled out confetti because I thought confetti would match really well. And then these are a bit of shine printables in there. So what I'm kind of going for this little book is a very fun retro sort of feel, so like vintage, but like a little bit on the retro side. And so this is the book cover. I thought this teal cover would be lovely, and I don't think I'm going to cover it up with fabric. Normally when I alter a book, I cover it up with some sort of floral fabric, but since I'm going for that retro feel, I thought I'm gonna leave the cover intact. I think I might put some of this lace though down the spine, because this is a book about wine, I believe. Is it a book about wine? No, it's some other book. I have another teal cover book that is about wine, but this one looks like a story. I don't know. I just bought it for the cover. I love the teal of the cover. So I think I was going to cover the spine with this, and I think that would look really cute. So I have a little collection of things to the left of me, and I will just put it in frame. It's in this little kind of organizer, and basically the collections I'm working with are the older Maggie Holmes collections, so flea market style board, some from I have Project Life cards from her first collection with crepe paper, and confetti. I have some spare pieces of confetti left over, so I'm going to use that, along with spare pieces from Craft Market, the ephemera pack from Craft Market, and then Oh Darling. Oh, these are the papers from Oh Darling. And then other bits like lacine bags and doilies and stuff like that from my stash. I have an assortment of crepe paper bow, like I have the Maggie Holmes bows and the flare. I shopped my stash basically. I basically shopped my stash to create a little kit to work from with like all the scraps, and then of course just went on AC Digitals and printed out some digitals. So my inspiration was sort of like that retro feel of the Oh Darling collection. I actually have a Pinterest, well, no I don't. I'll leave a link down below to where crepe paper introduced the Oh Darling collection so you can see what I mean. It's a girl collection, like I think it's supposed to be a little girl collection, but it's very retro and I love the feel of it. And so since the book is all about me, I wanted to use that collection for this. And so I'm not going to show you everything that I pulled out on my kit, just know that that's sort of the aesthetic that I'm going for. Maggie Holmes crepe paper, that sort of more retro. The older collections are a bit more retro than the newer ones. So yeah, and I just shopped my stash, and I printed out a bunch of photos. So I have, these are all 3x3 photos that I just got to cut apart, and then I have a couple of 4x4s, because I think those are the size I kind of want to work with. So I have those in here, just got to cut them apart, and yeah, just a random little bit. So I'm going to move this aside. This is just my little workbook that I'm going to be referencing. I'm probably not, there's a list of prompts and stuff. I might do pages inspired by these prompts, which are all these things here. But this is more, I think, for not so much reference, because I'm not going to be following it to exactly, because she's doing it in a handbook, so she's using pocket pages and stuff. But it's just, I guess, for ideas and inspiration. I'll read through this before I start working in this. But honestly, I'm just mixing up different classes, different little challenges to create this little book of me. So for this video, or for the rest of this video, since I kind of talked a lot, I kind of want to like work on my cover. And so this is the book. In her Happy Little Moments class, Maggie doesn't really gut it. So if you've ever seen any of my altered book journal making classes, not classes, videos, you would know that I tend to gut the entire book and like put my own papers in it and like stitch it up on the spine. But I am not going to do that with this one. With this one, I'm going to leave the pages as is, and as I'm working through the book, I'm going to like cut out a whole heap of them, because of course I'm going to use, embellishments and maybe some flare pieces and some chipboard pieces. So it's going to bulk up. But see, my spine is already coming undone here, so I'm probably going to have to reinforce that somehow. Maybe glue these pages together here, so that is a little bit reinforced. So I might put some like tape there and then glue these guys together. So I probably won't rip these out, but like the next few I'll probably rip out, and etc., etc. So that is how I'm gonna work through it. So I'm not gonna prep it. I'm not gonna like pull out pages like now. I'm just going to leave the book as it is, and as I'm working through it, that's when I'll pull out and glue it pages together and stuff like that. But I kind of want to work on my cover. I also want to work on the inside cover. Now the inside cover I want to cover with this music paper. I believe this is from the Oh Darling crepe paper collection, the digital collection. And if my printer printed, it was running out of ink, but I'm just like, I don't want to waste this one, so I'll probably use this sheet for the back side. But for the front, I kind of wanted to cover this bit up with this paper. But I think I might do that after I work on the cover. So I know that I want this lace on the spine here, so I might just go ahead and glue that on first because I know that I want it there. If I could tuck it in a little bit, that'd be awesome. And then I'll probably just glue it. On, tucking the ends into this spine. And I'm trying to be really careful here because this book is old, and as you saw, some of the pages were kind of coming out. So I'll probably just glue that down there and then build up my cover here. And again, I'm leaving the teal color. It's a little darker than like I would prefer, but it gives off that retro feel. What I could do though, I mean, I already did it and it kind of lifted up the color a bit, but if you have like a book and it has like sort of this cloth sort of kind of cover, because it's very textured, you can tell that this is some sort of cloth. What you can do is you can take like a cotton ball, and you can put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it and just kind of rub off some of the color of the cover. So if you see, my cover looks a little bit distressed. Again, it is an old book, so it would be distressed, but the color was actually a lot darker on it. What I tend to do, since I get these from the Strand and I get them when they're outside, so they're really dusty and like dirt and grime on them, I always take alcohol to them to clean them up. I clean with a wipe and then I alcohol it. But I did it again with the alcohol so I can get some of the color off so it looks a little bit more duller. And so I might do that again, or I just might leave it and just build upon it. But that's something that you can do if you want to like lighten up the color of your old book cover, is just take some rubbing alcohol to it and you're just kind of scrubbing it, you know, with a paper towel, or I use a cotton swab or one of those cotton balls, and you do that and you'll see the color picks up in places, and it'll kind of lighten up a bit. It might feel sticky a little bit, like once you're done with it, because that's the alcohol picking up that paint color, but it should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this. I have to go find my glue to glue that down. And again, I'm just using some E6000 on this. And I use E6000 for like everything, only because it holds so well. It's like the best glue. It's like an industrial glue. It just holds really well to everything. For every sort of material, it just holds so well. So I'm just going to glue that. And then these ends here, I kind of wanted to tuck them in to the book, like inside that. Let me put you in frame so you can see inside that little space there. So probably I'm going to put some E6000 here and then tuck it in the best I can. So it's going to take a while for that to dry because E6000 doesn't dry right away. It kind of it kind of takes a good 24 hours for it to like really dry. So I'm just going to do the same thing over here. So that's it. That's all I kind of wanted to do, was just put that ribbon there. I just kind of wanted to cover up the spine because it said the title of the book and the author and stuff like that, and I don't want that showing. I don't actually know what this book's about. It's called Hornblower and the Hotspur. I don't know what it's about. By C.S. Forrester. I have no idea what this book is about. It starts off with a marriage. Again, I just plucked it off the shelf because the teal color of the cover. I'm going to rip it up anyway, so probably rip it up and like cover up the pages and stuff like that, you know. So that is my spine. Again, this was going to be my inside pages, and now I'm going to work on the cover. And I think for the cover, I'm probably going to play around with some of the ephemera that I have here, and not so much the paper. Maybe some of these pieces here. I have a couple of doilies and stuff, and I have some thickers, so I think I might put my title on here as well. But yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and just play around with all these bits. So this is the Oh Darling collection. And of course I printed a bunch of stuff out and fussy cut everything. So these are the digitals, and they're so darling. I guess that's why it's called Oh Darling. But do you see like this is the retro, that retro feel that I was talking to you about, that kind of really inspired this project. So this collection has an entire paper of just these little girls, and kind of printed a few out and fussy cut them. I'm actually really surprised how well these guys printed. I used this paper that I bought. It's a card paper. I don't know how many GSMs it is, but it's not as thick as like when you buy ephemera. But it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Okay, I don't want this because that green is identical to the green in this girl. Oh my goodness, the covers. I kind of would love one of these girls. Oh, this is kind of the same girl. I love that. So this is all the Maggie Holmes stuff. I love this, okay. So if you have Project Life cards, I know a lot of us have a lot of Project Life cards, and they have little things on them. Let me see, do I have any? I have a couple of Project Life cards here. These don't have much, but say they have, like this card for instance, has this butterfly. If you don't want to use the card and you just like the butterfly, you can just fussy cut it out and you'll have yourself a little bit, you'll have ephemera. So a lot of the Maggie Holmes, because those big core kits, you get like 600 cards and like you're not going to use 600 cards. So what I did was some of the cards in that collection had these tags on them, like in the middle, and then like something around it. So all I did was fussy cut them out. So you see the backs are our Project Life cards. I just fussy cut them out, I hole punched them, and now they're ephemera. They're little tags. And so I do that a lot with my Project Life cards, especially the ones that I have a lot of. I have the Maggie Holmes collection, and I have the oh my goodness, the Dear Lizzie. I have two Dear Lizzie collections. I have Neapolitan and Fifth and Frolic. Neapolitan has all those cute little ice cream cones, like illustrations and stuff on like on the cards. And so what I do is I just fussy cut those ice cream cones out, and I have myself some die cuts. And I did that a lot when I first started scrapbooking, because I would buy those giant core kits from Michael's when they were like on sale and stuff. So I would get them for like maybe $15 each. And I got the 2 Dear Lizzy ones and the Maggie Holmes one. And the Maggie Holmes one, I split that with a friend, and then I gave that same friend a couple of the Dear Lizzy stuff. But I still have Project Life cards, and this is like 5 years later, and I still have Project Life cards. But in the beginning, when I didn't have ephemera, like I had very few. I had like a packet of Dear Lizzy ephemera and the flea market and style board from Maggie Holmes. But when I was running low on that, I wasn't into buying stuff like I am now. But I knew of one site. I didn't know scrapbook.com existed, and it probably did, but I knew of 2 Peas in a Bucket. Unfortunately, 2 Peas is not around anymore, but that is where I would hang out, would be at 2 Peas. And then I found a Cherry on Top, and I would order all my stuff from both those places. And it's expensive. Like, it's expensive, and when you're first starting out, you don't know what to get. So I got ephemera, and I would make ephemera from my Project Life cards when I couldn't afford to buy anything new. So I just found this in this Maggie Holmes pack that I have. It says, "This memory belongs to." This looks like a nice book plate. I might put that inside. See, I really like this up here. It's kind of like a stitched kind of banner. I don't know why I'm saying kinda. It is a stitched banner. To maybe put that up there on the top. This will go down here. I'm wondering if I want anything else around. I was trying to look through this packet here, but I have this record. So I wanted to put a record. Like, have the record and the doily. I don't know. It's too pink. Too much pink, right? And I still have these. I love this little bow. This yellow bow. I don't know. I'm not so keen on this banner being here. It's cute, but I don't think it would last. This says hello. But I do want to put a title with some thickers. So I have a bunch of thickers that I pulled out. And I pulled out these from Felicity Jane. They're like wood veneer thickers. They're like half dipped in. I think that might be too big though. And then I have these gold glitter. They have pink on them, so I thought that would be really cool. So I have those, and then I have these that are the mint ones. I think they're both Maggie from Maggie Holmes collections. This is Dear Lizzy, obviously. So I don't know if I want glitter or no glitter. So I just pulled out some stuff from the confetti collection. I kind of like how that looks there. I have a lot of these. I printed off some of these words, script words. This is from the Shine collection on some vellum. Thought that would be really cute. I actually printed off my pieces from the Shine collection that I wanted to use a little too big. So they might be a little too big for, yeah, they're definitely too big for the cover. I printed off these. So I believe in the Shine collection, Maggie came out with some charms that were like this. And I think at some point I might do, for this book, I might do a charm that I'll put down over here, and I'll do it like this. So if you search through her old collections, I believe in the Shine collection, if it wasn't Shine, it was Confetti, she had charms, these little tassel charms. These were painted wooden beads that she had on top here, and then a colored tassel. And when I saw them, like I'm looking for older product, right? And it's very hard to find old product available. But when I saw them, just like, oh, I can probably make those, because I do have plain wooden beads that I can paint, and then just any type of string, like embroidery thread or whatever, and you make the tassel. So I think on a future video for this project, I will come on and make some of these tassel charms and show you how I'll make them. So I just kind of wanted to point that out there. So let me look through this. This is all of my little bits. I think most of it is crepe paper. Some of it might be, like some of these wooden pieces might be cocoa vanilla. But I think for the most part, everything here is crate. This was in a confetti. It's a book plate, if I want to use that. Yeah, some of these are, I know this is poolside. These have to be Cocoa Vanilla Studio. All of these pieces were from a Maggie Holmes thing. I think they were confetti. These are Tim Holtz. And then this was a Dear Lizzie polka dot party. This is a bow from the Oh Darling collection. And then I have these bows from Maggie Holmes. And I have Flair from Maggie Holmes. Oh, I like this one. It says, love this. Anyway, I should think about my title. And so I kind of wanted my title to be like the Book of Me. I'm wondering if I want to do it sort of foil, gold foil, or gold glitter. I really love, these two are the same, it's just one is a gold foil with the green, and this one is the gold glitter. These are from Maggie Holmes collections. I love that font. It's called the Happy font. I want to use this one. I feel like this one would be a little too big. This one's a good size. And I think that's what I wanted to be called, the Book of Me. The question is, do I want it gold glitter or gold foil? Before I do that, let me go ahead and glue this stuff down, because I think this is how I sort of want my cover to look. So I'm just going to use a Prima Planner glue pen here. That looks really cute there. I'm debating if I bunch up some like thread there and then put the flare. So I kind of like that one. I also like the ampersand. I think that's a little more retro. I love this one here, but I don't think it quite fits. It's too many pink, and then of course, yeah, it has to be the birds. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get some thread so I can bunch it up right there and then put the flare on. So I brought in a few colors, pink, mint, and some white. I think white would be it. I'm definitely going to do white, so let me take some white out. I'm going to mix in some pink as well. And so this already has a foam dot, but I don't know, I might just glue it down with some E6000 because I don't really trust that foam dot since I've had it in my stash for a very long time. So I'm going to put some E6000 here. Now to figure out my title. I think I'm going to have my title kind of over here. So maybe I should use the smaller thickers. Now the question is, do I want glitter or no glitter? The Book of Me, and then I'll probably put that up there because I like how that looks actually. It ended up working out. That ended up working out really nicely. And of course I get glue everywhere. So I really like that. I don't know if I need anything up here. Maybe another star up there or something? No. What do we think about that? I think it's really cute. And so the inside, I want this paper, so let's do that. Let's do that. I'm wondering, do I want that tape part? I should measure what that is and then cut it here. that is my little book here. The back, I think I'm just going to leave plain. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to share for this video. That's all I'm going to do right now is my cover. So this is how it turned out. It's so, so cute. And of course the back's blank, and my spine is this lace. The inside covers are now these sheet music paper. And I guess in a different video I will start working on like my intro pages. I have to figure out how I'm going to cover this up, if I want to put like put a glycine bag over that, or I have some scrapbooking paper maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But of course that will be in another video. I'm going to leave with you here. I'm going to leave this with you here because I think this video has gone really long. Haven't made a long video like this in a while. Yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this making of my cover for this new little project that I'm going to be working on. Again, I will leave all the links down below to all of the stuff that I mentioned, all the classes, Suzanne's whole 52 weeks of me challenge, and like everything, like AC Digital, so everything that I mentioned, I will leave down in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and check those guys out. So yeah, so my book, it's so pretty. It looks so pretty. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Like always, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and follow me on my journey into documenting myself in this little book here. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye!